if you got a D or an R in front of your name, it has to be all hostile. Listen, I am a former business owner. If I was not sitting in this seat, I would still have my law firm. But, you know, we have rules.
I'm a
right?
lawyer.
So I'm not allowed to practice law. I'm not allowed to do a lot of other things because ethics decide the fence. That just happens to be the same side of the ledger that Mr. Musk gets the vast majority of his money from. In fact, at the same time that they were unlawfully, and we will stay in court, because on this side, we believe in law and order. We believe in, I mean, a number of us are actually lawyers, but nevertheless,
we are
making sure that he employs the tactics that were used during slavery, right? Like, so long as you keep us separated and we're not united, then you can better control. And that's what they did during slavery. So just like, you know, there used to be issues with color, and we still have issues with color, right? This kind of comes down to a little bit of that. You know, there's always been a challenge of your blackness if for some reason you weren't saying
for them. And the final thing that I will say
is
that this election, I didn't ask you a question. The final thing that I will say is that this election is the best example of why y'all are so afraid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, because then you can't have a simple-minded, underqualified white man somehow end up ascending and try to get through a lot quickly. As one of the few people sitting on the dais who actually practice criminal law in the state of Texas, as well as licensed in Arkansas and practice there, as well as federal courts, one of the things that you said earlier, Mr. that are pushing this white supremacy agenda. We cannot get caught up in it. And when you look back at the playbook of Hitler, when you look back at the playbook of the KKK, it never was just about black people. It's the exact same people that they're pointing fingers at and that they went after. Because I thought I was living in the upside down for a second. Now, I want to move on and talk about how someone is prosecuted currently, because under Project 2025, we'll get there. There will be a different way to prosecute people. But currently, it is my understanding, and I only kind of went to law school, passed a couple of bar exams, and practiced on the state and federal levels. But just clarify for me, when someone goes in to be prosecuted, is it Trump? I'm assuming that y'all have never been Trump lawyers, Mr. Trustee or Mr. Costello.
No, I was for a year.
Oh, you were, and you still have your bar card?
I'm a lawyer.
I'm sorry?
You still have your bar card?
Yeah, well, unless I get targeted for daring to represent a former president.
You have absolutely done a lot better than most that deal with him. So good for you. I also want to make sure that we talk about what two-tier really looks like. And so as I sit here as a black woman who practiced civil rights, let me tell you the reason that my colleagues wanted to make sure you understood the same black history that your side of the aisle wants to delete out of classrooms is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you, that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. That's not the definition of oppression. You tell me the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment that you've had, and we can have a conversation.
You can start with Exodus.
The final thing that I will say on this particular issue, two things. There is an article from The Guardian, and it is a little old. It's from 2021, so I apologize. But it said that back then, just 3 years ago, white men represent 30% of the population, but 62% of office holders. These are the issues that we are constantly looking at and recognizing and trying to say, is this just? I can't even tell you how many white men have served in this chamber, but I think that we need to go back to being a country that listens to experts and gets out of our feelings and recognizes, again, that racism is real in this country. And until we stop pretending that it's not, we will not solve the problems that we are consistently facing. And that will bring real unity that we seek when we're looking for a more perfect union. Tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education.
education. This is why they are trying to literally say we won't fund the HBCUs, because they know that if they've already gone after affirmative action and they're saying, you know what, don't allow them to come into, say, these PWIs, as we call them. I don't know why we fighting with Greenland. Why we fighting with Greenland? We fighting with Canada. We fighting with Mexico. Yet we in love with Putin. What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up, because I'm ready to get on with it.
If you could tell Donald Trump anything tonight, what would you tell him?
I would tell him to grow a spine and stop being Putin's hoe. That while we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this mother.
See what happened. Jasmine Crocket grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, where she attended private school her entire life. The prestigious Mary Institute, where tuition tops $35,000, and the Mary Institute churned out a slew of successful names. Sotheby's Auction House CEO William F. Ruprecht, U.S. Senator John Danforth, Governor of California, U.S. Senator and Mayor of San Diego Pete Wilson, sports broadcaster Joe Buck, co-owner of the St. Louis Cardinals Drew Bauer, World War II pinup girl Betty Grable, actor Vincent Price, model Devin Windsor. The list goes on and on and on and on, but you get the idea. She also attended Rosati Kane, an all-girls private Catholic school where tuition tops $14,900. Jasmine then attended Rhodes, where, surprise, surprise, she claimed to be the victim of multiple hate crimes. She also alleges she's represented by Cochran Law Firm for those incidents. But a 2024 investigation by the Tennessee Star found zero evidence of any hate crimes at Rhodes, or any involvement by the Cochran Law Firm. Jasmine Crocket isn't a street sister. Far from it. She panders and acts hood to garner support from the liberal, low-info urban retards. And it works. Why do you think she won re-election? Jasmine is not from the hood. Jasmine is not from the struggle. Jasmine is a privileged, snarky little female with a net worth of $9 million. Jasmine is right. She's not like us. And this video made me cringe so hard I won't my pants.
Texas, what are y'all doing? Are y'all really proud of the representation y'all getting from Jasmine Crocket? I'm serious. Are y'all proud at the way Jasmine Crocket carries herself in Congress? Jasmine Crocket is a racist, trashy, ghetto piece of mess. Yep, I said it. Y'all get mad at me all y'all want. I said 10 toes down on what I said. I said it, I meant it. She's a ghetto, trashy, racist piece of crap. Jasmine Crockett's mouth is completely filthy to be in Congress. For her to be representing the American people, her mouth is filthy. She don't even know when to cut it off. I don't care what she say at home and how she talk at home, but when you're in Congress representing the people of the United States of America, representing the people of your district, you should know how to act and how to control yourself. Her mouth is ridiculous. Now, don't get, and I'm so sick of y'all out here telling me, oh, Jasmine Crocket is a strong black woman. Jasmine Crocket don't take no mess. Oh, Jasmine Crocket, she'll tell you out. Jasmine Crocket is a ghetto piece of trash who do not know how to control herself or do not know how to act in Congress. And it is what it is. I mean, are y'all really proud of this? Women, are we? This is what they will represent us. Are these the type of women that we want representing us in Congress? I'm serious. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Latino. I don't care what you are. Is this what you want representing us as women? And stop lumping all us black women up together and acting like we agree with this bull crap that Jasmine Crocket doing, because we don't. What are y'all doing, Texas? At this point, everything is a joke. This is a joke. The Democratic Party already is a joke. And if Jasmine Crocket is supposed to be the new face of the Democratic Party, she's supposed to be the new leader of the Democratic Party. Child, y'all in more trouble than I even thought. And it is what it is.